That's right.
If you're staff, I don't care what you do. You're going to see it next week. Now, come on up here, guys. Okay, I am going to tell you a little bit about some of the people on the trail, but I'm also going to tell you some of the experiences they experienced. First of all, was this a Mormon battalion was made of just men?
No.
Did you hear about that?
Yeah.
Okay, but only 3 women made the entire trek. 3 women, because some of them got sick. Some of them died. But Mormon Battalion had 3 women. One of them was 18 years old, not much older than most of you guys. She was a newly married woman, and she wanted to go with her husband. Now let's talk about how far did they hike. Anyone know?
2,030
Good job, guys. Very good, guys. I'm impressed. I've asked that every time, and you're the first group that got that. A little over 2,000 miles. Let me ask you this. Any of you ever gone on a long hike?
Yes.
What's the longest hike? 10?
20.
Did you come back smelling good?
7.
Man, your clothes would stand in the corner by themselves, huh? They stink. Your shoes are weren't gross, worn out.
7.
Now, first thing the Mormon Battalion did is they took their money for their clothing and their shoes, and they gave it to the church to help get their families out to the Great Basin. This is the Great Basin out here in Utah. So after hiking day after day after day, about 15 miles a day, which from here is almost to Provo. After doing that, after a while, you know what? Their shoes just plain wore out. Any of you ever hiked in the desert? Have any of you ever walked in the desert?
Me. Yes.
Yeah.
Is it you know, like walking through prairie?
No.
You ever stepped on a thorn or a goat's head? Thistle? Yeah. Well, with their shoes worn out, they were in bad shape. They wrapped their feet in cloth. That was soon like walking through the desert in their socks. They had to resort to something else. You guys were told about the Battle of the Bulls, right? The Great Battle?
No.
They took strips of raw hide. Who knows what raw hide is? Animal skin. Raw hide is what it is. And they wrapped their feet up kind of like you would an ace bandage. Get that tied around there, and then with time it would shrink and dry and become hard. That is what they used for shoes. So they continued their trek wearing raw hide. Now let me tell you a little bit about some of the things they did. As I said, there were 3 women and a bunch of men who made it the entire trek out to California. They accomplished 4 major things. 1, they built the first brick building east of the Mississippi in San Diego. It was a courthouse, and it stands to this day. 2, they built a fort in Los Angeles. 3, they were there when gold was first seen at Sumter's Mill. Now, the other thing they did is California wasn't yet a state. So they claimed the land for the United States, what later became the state of California. I want to go back and talk to you about the gold a minute. Mormon Battalion, what were they in it for? What was the gain for them? What were they trying to do? Does anyone know?
Get money for their family.
They got money for their families, and they were also trying to get out west, because that's where they were ultimately trying to get. But this way, the government paid for the food, and they got themselves out there. But yes, they were out there at Sumter's Mill, and they got gold. Now, did you know for a $1 bill, you have to have gold behind it? That means this piece of paper means there's this much gold in the world. Well, there's a problem. The church was out here, and they were what you call cash starved, gold starved. They didn't have a lot of gold. So the Mormon Battalion, while they were there at Sumter's Mill, they brought back gold, and that helped the church establish some currency in Utah. But a few weeks ago, I had a man give me this coin. It is a duplicate of one of the first coins that the church minted out here with the gold the Mormon Battalion got. And this gave the church currency out here. So people would come through and they're like, yeah, I'll sell you my stuff, but what are you going to give me for it? They had gold for it. If you guys would like, you can go over here and pan for gold. And tomorrow, tomorrow at 5 o'clock from 5 to 5:30, you can bring it into the trading post and exchange any gold you get for 3 pieces of candy. Go for it, guys.
candy.
Total. I have to explain it again.
Find that gold part. Find it.
Oh, yeah. I have more pans.
Stick your hand in there.
Anything we're doing today?
I get 10%. I'm just kidding.
You're now the bishop.
10% of all findings. Hey, no fun.
Guys, what's here with your hands?
I know.
I know, let's pan for gold.
What?
said, let's tan for gold.
Hey, dude, you got like nothing.
You're all good.
Jordan!
You make any wealth?
Yes.
Look at all that.
Jordan! Check it out. I hit the jackpot.
Yes, you did. Yeah, I gotta say.
Jordan, check it out. So rich. Wait, how much money do you get from these?
Okay, you get 3 per boy, not per nugget. I can't afford that.
What? Wait, what happens?
I get 3 per boy, not per nugget. Now, everyone hold up your hands. Let's see who's made it rich. You're my last group. I dumped quite a bit in, as you can see.